Now, the most important here we have studied ecosystem, components of ecosystem, types of pyramids, food chain, food web, right? But basic idea behind is under each ecosystem or under total ecology, the main source of energy, we have studied about pyramid of number, biomass and energy, right? So, everything is going softly, but from where do we get the energy? The sole source of energy which is present is because of the sun. So, the solar, the main source of energy is known as the main source which is essential for the functioning of ecosystem is nothing but the sun, that is called as the solar energies. The energy which we get from the sun, all we know, that is known as solar energy. Now, here in the solar energy, process of converting the solar radiant energy into potential chemical energy is taking place in the process of growth in different trophic levels. Now, here in this process, during the process of converting the solar energy into potential chemical energy and the transformation of energy from one trophic level to the other trophic level, like as we said earlier, discussed earlier, from producers, consumers and tertiary consumers, right. So, each trophic level, when it is moving, the energy is lost. Okay, the energy is lost, and every time the energy transfer from one trophic level to the another trophic level is occurring, there is at least a loss of 10% of energy is there. Okay. Now, here when the energy is flowing from, for example, if it is there, different trophic levels are there, producers, consumers, top consumers, right. If the energy is flowing from one trophic level to the another trophic level, it is not reflecting back, or it is not coming from top to bottom. Okay. So, it is only in the form of unidirectional form. So, the energy flow will always occur from sun to the producers, producers to the consumers, consumers to the top consumers. The flow of energy is always in the unidirectional pattern. Okay. Now, here the energy which enters into the ecosystem is consisting of a wavelength of about it will be consisting a wavelength of about 350 meter micron to it will be consisting of 750 wavelength, the energy which is reaching to the plant from the sun to the plant material. Out of this, there is a word called as, we will use a word called as solar constant. What is solar constant? The solar constant is the constant rate at which the solar energy reaches the earth's outer surface is called as solar constant. This is also important. So, out of the 33% of energy coming from the sun to the ecosystem or plant, only some are utilized by the suspended particles, some are absorbed, some is reflected back, some is wasted, some is used in metabolic processes, all that. So, altogether we can say that only out of the large amount of solar energy, we can say that only 2% of energy is being utilized to the plant in to undergo all the metabolic activities in the plant. To move the energy from one trophic level to another trophic level, only 2% of energy is being utilized. Okay. Of the 33% or 45% of energy which is coming, it will not make into use all the 43 or 33% of energy. It will get plant utilizes out of the total solar energy coming to the plant from the surface of the sun to the plant is only 2%. Out of the huge amount of energy, only 2% is utilized by the plant for the production of continuation of all the process. Now, here in this regard, there is a term called as bioenergetics. Right, bioenergetics. What is bioenergetics? The study of energy transfer from one trophic level to the another trophic level, and the flow of energy in a unidirectional form is called as bioenergetics. The study of energy flow between different trophic levels in an ecosystem is called as bioenergetics. Now, to study this, there were a number of ecologists who have worked on that and given a number of models for the study of energy flow. There was an ecologist called as Lindman, who said that yes, the study of flow of energy at different trophic levels is called bioenergetics, and this flow of energy can be represented by some models. He was the ecologist who first said that and calculated the flow of energy, the amount of living material present, the amount of energy present, and to addition to that, there was another ecologist called as Kozlowski in the year So Lindman was the ecologist who said yes, there exists a study called as bioenergetics. In this we can study about the flow of energy from one tropic level to another tropic level, and all this flow of energy, movement of energy, reduction or production of energy, utilization of energy can be explained by certain models. Then Kozlov was another ecologist in the year 1968. He also said that yes, I do agree with the Landman and we can propose certain model, and he said that in addition to that there is, I do agree with Lindman that there is continuous flow of energy, but he, in addition to that, he also said that for every transfer of energy from one tropic level to the another tropic level, there is compulsory loss of 10% of energy from the producers. It will lose some sort of energy, 10% of energy. What, for example, you are having a producers, consumers and decomposers. So when the energy is transferred from producers to consumer, it loses 10% of energy. Next, from consumers to decomposers, it uses 10% of energy. So this is called as 10% law. He gave 10% law. What is 10% law? It was given by Kozlowski. According to him, for every energy transfer from one tropic level to the another tropic level, there will be certainly a decrease in the percentage of energy, that might be at least around 10%. So from producers to consumer, 10% reduction in energy. As it goes from base to the top carnivores, you will see for every level it will lose 10% of energy. So that is why he said that yes, there also exists a phenomenon called as 10% law, where there will be compulsory reduction in the 10% of energy from one tropic level to the another tropic level. Okay. Now next one is you are having this model is there. This was given by Raymond and Lindman in 1942. This was the model proposed, and according to him, these are all the processes. The sun will give the solar energy or solar radiation that will come and reach the autotrophs, basically the producers. Here the gross production will be 111%, and here this this will lead to the herbivores. Here also gross production will be 15.0%. Next, carnivores, it will be gross production will be 3.0, and it is not utilized. He will be 1.2%. Now here, when it comes to autotrophs, some energy is utilized, 23.0% of energy is utilized for respiration, all metabolic energy processes, and 70% is not utilized, and 3% is utilized by the decomposition of material. Next, when it comes to herbivorous, 7% is not utilized, 4.5% is utilized in metabolic processes, and in decomposition it is utilized for 0.5%. Now in carnivores, for respiration it will take 1.8%, and in decomposition and trace material the remaining percent will there, and total of 1.2% is not utilized. So according to Lindman, the overall this is the diagrammatic representation of energy flow. In the total diagram you see that there is no reverse coming of the reflection of the energy. The whatever the energy is there, it is there in the form of unidirectional form. Okay. So we can say that the solar energy flow is unidirectional in an ecosystem. Okay, this is unidirectional. So here this can also be written like this, and in the form of equation: sunlight which gives radiation and energy, and this is present in the form of, this will go to green plants. These green plants can convert it into either chemical energy or heat energy. So the flow of energy here is in the form of a unidirectional form. In this flow of energy, we can imply two laws, thermodynamics laws. First one is energy is neither created or destroyed, it is transferred. First law of thermodynamics, we apply two thermodynamics law. What are the first thermodynamic law here? According to the first thermodynamic law, first law of thermodynamics, it is energy is transferred from one tropic level to the another tropic level, but it is not created nor destroyed. And it also applies with the second law of thermodynamics, that is, when there is certain transfer of energy from one tropic level to the other tropic level, or from one level to the other level, this energy transfer will lead to the a certain amount of energy reduction at each tropic level. So it does not mean, see here, if it is 111, it comes to 15, then it comes to 3. So according to second law of thermodynamics, for every transfer of energy at different tropic levels, there will be reduction in the amount of energy, right. So we can say, overall we can say that the flow of energy in an ecosystem is unidirectional. It is only transferred, it is neither created nor destroyed, and for every transfer of energy at every trophic level, there will be a reduction of 10% of energy, that as we also called as 10% law. Okay, this is about the basically the flow of energy is unidirectional. So, this is about energy flow in an ecosystem.